July 2018, Martin County Jail. Boom. Police see that. Now it's a big problem. I fell into sin. I really felt like God didn't want to hear from me. And my heart just felt heavy, and my body is just aching, and tears is just filling up. Then I really realized it was definitely a spirit behind it that literally encouraged me to keep scamming. What it is, what it ain't, it's your boy Carlton with another video for anything, everything, where I talk about anything I want and everything that comes to my mind. And today, I wanted to give the people some hope. I wanted to give you guys a quick story, I guess you can say testimony about something that I experienced while I was incarcerated. Now, if you guys don't know, between the years 2017 to like 2018, 19, I was in and out of jail. In and out of jail, doing things I wasn't supposed to be doing, being around people I wasn't supposed to be around, and just putting myself in tough predicaments that I should have never put myself in. Now, 2023, thank God, I'm above it. I've made it out, you can say. So now I can definitely give my story to other people that's probably currently going through my situation, or even didn't go through my situation and still receive some sort of inspiration or motivation. Now, this event took place while I was in Martin County Jail. What year this was? 2018. This happened in 2018, July 2018, Martin County Jail. The way I got into Martin County, I was coming down from Georgia, from doing things that I shouldn't have been doing. I'm a Miami native. I have no business being in Georgia doing the things I was doing. And on my way down, we was passing through a county, and when we got pulled over, Lord have mercy, we get pulled over, right? And the person that's driving, this idiot isn't supposed to be driving. He got a suspended license. So you know what he do? He switches over. He switches places with the person in the passenger seat. Now I'm in the back seat. He switches over to the person that's in the passenger seat. Boom. Police see that. Now it's a big problem. Oh, why he did that? Who was doing? Man, about 4 other police cars came. Then they tell us get out, and when they told us get out, I took my slides off and I took off. Jumped over a fence. Now I'm in the damn, what that is? Not a swamp, but like it was muddy, and I'm just running through. I don't know where to go. How about my dumb self end up running all the way back to where I entered from? I didn't know where I was going. I was just running, and the police were just there waiting for me. And they told me like, hey, if we didn't catch you, the Gators was gonna catch you. So I'm grateful for that. Now, the reason I ran is because we had things in the car, and I didn't want to go back to jail because I already came out of jail like 3 months before that. And yeah, I didn't want to go back to jail. Funny thing is, the things that was in the car, the police didn't even care about. They let everybody else go but me because I ran. But everything works for its purpose. Now, when I'm in the county jail, and it was very, very boring. Very, very, very boring. Like, that jail was terrible. Everything about it was just despicable. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and try to persuade people like, you know, this jail is good, this jail isn't, and you know, you should go visit. That's not what I'm saying. But when all the jails I have been to, that is definitely one of the worst. Like, the food and just the way they manage everything, like, Lord have mercy. Anywho, one day they called for Bible study, and me, I was used to living the life. Don't get me wrong, I was actually saved before then, and then while I was saved, I fell into sin. First I started scamming, and then from scamming I started listening to certain music, and from listening to that music I got into being around people, then being around people I got into women, and everything just took downhill. But now I was so used to living that lifestyle, I really felt like God didn't want to hear from me, or even if God did want to hear from me, that there was nothing for me to tell him. Like, what am I going to do? I already experienced the goodness of God. I was already, can say I was going through the sanctification process. I was already saved, and then I unsaved myself, and I was just confused throughout the whole topic. Like throughout the whole thing, I was just confused, and I just felt like, I'm done. God gave me the grace, took advantage of it. There's nothing I could do now. Devil is a lie. Boom. We're in Bible study, Martin County Jail, and the man that comes in is a man that was in and out of prison for drug abuse. And now he comes back into the prisons to basically give back, share the word, share the gospel, and give them his testimony on how he was saved and things like that. And the funny thing is, before he comes in, this is where the supernatural, event took place. Before he even comes in, actually, I know I'm lying. He was already in. He just didn't start talking. Before, they were just passing out the Bibles. Because obviously, I just didn't have a Bible. So, I have a Bible. I'm just scrolling through the Bible. Just looking at it like, I remember I used to read this book. I remember I used to know my verses like the back of my head. Like, reminiscing, you feel me? And while I'm just scrolling, one of the pages just stopped. And I'm not even like reading a whole chapter. I'm just locked on one verse. And I want to make sure I'm not wrong. Let me look this up right now. I know for a fact it was in Ephesians 4. If I'm not mistaken, it's 29. Oh, nope. You see? Ephesians 4:28. And this is the verse that I landed on. Let him who stole steal no longer, but rather let him labor, working with his hands what is good, that he may have something to give him who has need. And when I read this verse, tears just started flowing through my eyes. Tears. Guys, listen. I don't think I understand how embarrassing it is to be in jail crying around a whole bunch of men. Like, it's one thing if you come back from sentencing and, you can see your eyes is red because they just got 40 years. But no, guys, we're at a Bible study and the man didn't even start talking yet. And my heart just felt heavy and my body is just aching and tears is just filling up the Bible. Because reading that verse showed me that I have the ability to stop stealing. Like, it was literally that simple. It's giving the person that used to steal the blueprint. If you stole, steal no more. And the simplicity of it just captivated me. Like, wow. All I have to do is stop stealing and just change. Like, it sounds simple, but it did not seem that simple when I was in that situation. I was in that lifestyle that I could just stop. Now, to be frank with you, that verse right there changed my life. I rededicated my life back to Christ after that happened. And from there, I spent 9 months in jail between county and immigration. And when I got out, I was still struggling with the scamming, because I realized that it came to a point where I didn't even, like, obviously I wanted the money, but I realized that it wasn't even about the money majority. It was about the feeling that it gives you. So then I really realized it was definitely a spirit behind it that literally encouraged me to keep scamming, because I was already making money legally, but for some reason I just could not stay off those websites and things like that. And then one day, this happened in 2019. I got out 2019. I got out March 2019, and in, like, I want to say November of 2019, I literally fell to my knees and I cried out to God, saying that, I am tired of this lifestyle. I no longer want it. And I just prayed. I prayed my heart out. And after that prayer, I deleted all the apps that I had on my phone, all the websites, all of the logins I had, all of the fraudulent information I had on my phone, all of the pictures, screenshots, everything. I deleted everything. And from that day forward, I never looked back again. I never did nothing fraudulent. I never scammed nobody. I ain't never do nothing bank account wise. I ain't never do none of that. Fully married now. No longer living in sin. I don't have my ring on because my finger started swelling up. Now I gotta go get that fixed. But don't worry, I'm happily married. And since that time, I've definitely devoted my life to Christ, and I'm glad for it. I'm glad that God put me through. Now, he didn't put me through it, but I'm glad he's seen me through it. I put myself through it. But I'm glad that when I seeked him in my situation, he was there to be found. And That's my testimony. That's part of my testimony. It's definitely longer, but that event that happened when I was in Martin County Jail definitely changed my life. And hopefully whoever hears this is encouragement that if you're living a specific type of way, if you was once in the truth and you wandered off, just like the prodigal son, God is waiting for you with his arms open wide, with a new robe to give you, a crown, a new ring, and new sandals, everything. And then he will say, my son was once lost, my son or daughter was once lost, but now he or she is found. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you next time on Anything, Everything. Peace.